Annyeonghaseyo to each and every one of you. In today's video, I wanted to show you the 3 different types of sour bamboo soups that we love to make at our house. In my previous video, I already talked to you about the different types of sour bamboo that you can probably find at your local Asian grocery store, which type I like to use and why, and then the different types of proteins that goes well with the certain type of sour bamboo. So in the Hmong culture, sour bamboo is typically used in soups. So I'm going to show you the 3 different types of soups that you can probably see being made in a Hmong family. So with that being said, let's just get to it and start cooking. So the first one we're going to make is the sour bamboo with ground beef. So here I have some pretty good ground beef. I like a good 80% lean to 20% fat. Just ground it up like this and we're going to use it up. So for the ground beef, I like to use the dragonfly sour bamboo in the can like this one. And I'm going to pair it up with the sour bamboo shoots with chili in the bag here, just to give it an extra layer of flavor and texture. So go ahead and strain it, and then we are going to give it a really good rinse. The one in the bag is really strong in terms of acidity, so I like to rinse this at least 3 to 4 times just to reduce the amount of acid in there. But it's totally optional. You can rinse it once or twice. You don't have to rinse it at all if you really like it sour, but I highly recommend giving it a rinse before you use it in soups. So in a pot, go ahead and add water and bring it to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, we are going to add in the ground beef. Give it a good stir, and then we're going to season this with some salt and some mushroom seasoning. Go ahead and bring this up to a simmer, and as time goes, go ahead and skim off any of the unwanted residue here. And when it comes to a boil, we can go ahead and add in the sour bamboo. And then we're going to add in 1 lemongrass leaf bundle here. And then allow this to come to a boil and let it boil for at least 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, we're going to add in some chili peppers to give it some kick. You can add as many as you want. And then we're going to finish this off with some fresh chopped cilantro. Go ahead and taste it for seasoning, and this is pretty much it for the beef and sour bamboo soup. So this one's pretty simple. The way I like to eat it is simply over fresh steamed rice. Mix the rice into the soup and the meat and sour bamboo and enjoy it as it is. So the next one I'm going to show you is the pork and sour bamboo soup. This is probably the most common one you'll typically find Hmong people making. So for the bamboo, I like using the ones that are in this cylinder plastic jar here. You can use either or, they both work the same. So the first thing you want to do is to cut up the pork. So I'm using some pork belly here and some pork rib with bone on. And cut it into bite-sized pieces, and then we're going to season this with salt. And you could definitely do this a day ahead and then have the meat seasoned overnight and then use it for soup the next day. Cover this and allow this to marinate for at least an hour, or you can do it overnight. So before you start, go ahead and strain it and give it a really good rinse. I like to rinse this at least 2 to 3 times to reduce the acidity. In a pot, we're going to add in some water and bring it to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, go ahead and add in the meat. Go ahead and season it with some salt and some mushroom seasoning. Go ahead and cover it with a lid, and we're going to allow this to cook for at least 25 minutes to 30 minutes or until the pork is nice and tender to your liking. After that, go ahead and skim out any excess fat that comes to the top here. And then we're going to add in 1 lemongrass leaf bundle here. And we're going to go straight in with the bamboo shoots. Allow this to simmer for about 5 minutes. And then go ahead and add in some chili peppers for spice, and again with some fresh chopped cilantro. Give this a really good stir and then turn off the heat, and this soup is done. So again, I love eating this soup with rice. I especially love it over rice, mixed in with rice. And don't forget to enjoy this with some fresh hot chili pepper dip. And then the last one I'm going to show you is the chicken and sour bamboo soup. And this is by far my favorite way to use up sour bamboo. So here I have the sour bamboo that I made at home. I showed you how to make it in my previous video, so if you want to see how I made it, go ahead and check that video out. This one is also the sour bamboo that my mom usually buys from North Carolina, the one that they make over there, which is really nice, super fresh, super light, and very delicious. So for this recipe, I'm going to use the whole jar of sour bamboo that I made, along with a little bit of the sour bamboo from North Carolina, and we're going to put it into a strainer and again give it a really good rinse. I probably rinse this maybe only once or twice. So I have a whole brown rooster or hen that I bought from my local Asian grocery store and cut it into bite-sized pieces or pieces for soup. And then we're going to add it straight into some hot boiling water. Go ahead and cover and allow this to come to a boil for at least 15 to 20 minutes. Again, go ahead and skim out any unwanted residue. And then we're going to season this with some salt and some chicken bouillon powder. Go straight in with the sour bamboo here. Give it a really good stir. Add in 1 lemongrass leaf bundle. Cover this and allow this to come to a boil for about 5 minutes. After that, we're going to finish it off with some chili peppers and again with some fresh chopped cilantro. Once this is well mixed, go ahead and turn off the heat, and this one is done. So again, I'm going to enjoy this over some fresh steamed rice. Give it a really good mix and enjoy as it is. And also don't forget to pair the meat with some fresh pepper dip as well. And this is it for today's video. So if you want to see my previous video, I did talk a little bit more about the types and brands of sour bamboo that you can typically find at your local Asian grocery store. So go ahead and check out that video. Other than that, I hope you give these recipes a try, and I will see you in my next video.